All right, today we're jumping into a really fantastic Japanese series, a school comedy drama that's not afraid to ask some seriously tough questions. Welcome to our explainer on The Reluctant Preacher.
So let's just kick things off with this line, which honestly is delivered like a sermon right in the show. It's a really powerful statement, and it perfectly sets the stage for a story that's all about accountability and finding your voice when you least expect it.
And this, right here, just nails the central puzzle we're going to unpack. On one side, you've got this main character who's described as withdrawn, quiet, wants to be left alone. But on the other side, the words that eventually come pouring out of her are so powerful they're called divine sermons. It really makes you ask, who is this person? And what happened to make her go quiet in the first place?
Okay, so let's get right into the setup. We meet our teacher at this huge turning point in her life, a crossroads that is going to set the stage for everything that comes next.
So our main character is Shizuka Urumi, and let me tell you, she is not your typical eager, aspiring teacher. No, she takes this job reluctantly, and that right there is the core of her whole initial conflict. You can't help but wonder, what is she trying to get away from?
So here's her game plan. She walks into this new school, this new classroom, with one single goal: stay detached. Just do the job, get the paycheck, and avoid getting tangled up in her students' lives and all their drama. But as I'm sure you can guess, that plan is not going to last very long.
And that's because the reality of a modern high school is about to come crashing headfirst into those carefully built walls of hers.
Now, what's so interesting about this is that she doesn't go looking for trouble. It's her students who drag her into it. They're the ones who provoke her, who challenge her to drop the whole detached act and actually engage with their complicated lives, whether she likes it or not.
And we're not talking about small stuff here. She gets pulled right into the middle of the real, messy issues that teenagers are dealing with every single day. We're talking serious bullying, the highs and lows of young love, and some really deep family problems. Yeah, her plan to just keep her distance? It's about to totally blow up in her face.
So now we get to the absolute heart of the story, this incredible transformation. This is the moment where the quiet, withdrawn teacher, well, she starts to preach.
And it starts with a question, a really simple, direct question. When she's faced with some real cruelty, she just drops that whole detached persona and cuts right through the noise. I mean, can you imagine? A teacher who's been totally silent for weeks just suddenly turns and hits a bully with that. The power is just in how simple and direct it is.
And she doesn't stop there. Not at all. She follows up with this incredibly profound thought, drawing a hard line between a bit of fun and actual cruelty. She's not just scolding them. She's teaching this masterclass in empathy with a force that nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming. And this is the mic drop moment of her sermon. It's this powerful statement about cause and effect, about social responsibility. She's basically telling them your actions have consequences, and if you choose to hurt people, you better be ready to face the judgment that comes with it.
Pretty amazing story, right? So now that we're all hooked, let's kind of pull back the curtain and look at some of the key facts about the show itself.
So the lead role, our reluctant preacher Urumi Shizuka, is played by the fantastic Alice Hirose. And she's got a great supporting cast around her, including Shota Watanabe, Sai Okazaki, and Yoshino Kimura, who all play these really important people in her new school life.
For anyone wanting to check it out, the show's first season aired back in 2025. It's a really quick watch, too, super tight, just 10 episodes. It premiered on April 12th and was all wrapped up by June 14th of the same year.
And just to round out the details for you, it's a scripted series originally in Japanese. And just so you know, its run is officially over, so it's a complete story. The genre is this perfect mix of school comedy and drama, and it really hones in on themes of education and those complex relationships between teachers and their students.
So, after all that, let's bring it all home. What's the central message, the big idea at the core of this series?
When you strip away all the classroom drama and the different storylines, this is what the show is really about. It's a personal journey. By being forced to deal with her students' problems, Shizuka Urumi is ultimately forced to deal with herself, and in doing that, she rediscovers the powerful voice she kept buried for so long.
And that leaves us with this final, really important question. The show seems to suggest that sometimes finding your voice isn't about wanting to speak up. It's about being pushed into a corner where staying silent just isn't an option anymore. So it makes you think, what does it really take to make yourself heard?